Hi everybody, I'm Gerone Wright here again, and once again you're joining me on my YouTube Geronification channel. Okay, in this video, I will be doing decoding the Renaissance artwork of that of Theodore Gericult. Theodore Gericult, and this is the Raft of the Medusa. Okay, I'm here with this painting again because a YouTube video subscriber of mine have requested that I actually enlighten him on basically what this bizarre painting is actually standing for. So it's my position that through my paranormal experience and encounter that all of Renaissance artwork from the beginning, in fact, that's not just Renaissance artwork, but artwork that came before that era. I don't care what century, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It doesn't make a difference. Basically, what's happening is these artworks reference multidimensional images, and this is the reason why the the persons or beings that are depicted they bleed together, they run together, like everybody's laying over everybody in a sense that they're um they're part of each other. It's showing basically what it is based on from the beginning a cult like ritual, which actually describes how mankind knew of his origins and a genetic bridging process, a continued process that actually describes how we got from our ape ancestor to our African ancestor to our Asian ancestors and finally to our Caucasian counterparts. Basically, what's happening is that it shows us that who we are genetically and how we evolved through different genetic bridgings with creatures that bring us to the various likenesses that are of our world, and it completely describes how it was done. So that means that if you are Japanese, if you are Chinese, um, if you are African, if you are from Germany, German, it describes pretty much how you got to be ethnically who you are today. And these are the breakdowns of the different nations. And there's records, genetic records. It's a genetic grail, what like to call it, not a holy grail, but a genetic grail. And it describes us describe us as who we are. Um, anyway, in this image here, you can Google this image, the Raft of Medusa. It's my position that these there's players in here. I think this is a African of origin player back in here. You'll see when you Google the image. You know these Renaissance artist artworks, as I'm reflecting it back through the YouTube video, you can't really see everything. So I'm gonna point you in the direction of where you need to go. You will see mixed in here that you'll see Africans mixed in on the raft, and then they get lighter in color. And this here is a person of color here, and this is actually a Caucasian person here. So it's my position that through the Africans depicted, or the African of origins, it shows a breakdown in their genes, okay, and how new genes were created. And then you see these players over here, like if they're waving off like if they're lost or castaways at sea. Well, if you notice that each one of them has a different cloth in their hand. This one is white and this one is red. It's my position that this raft of Medusa is showing a genetic breakdown, a cauldron like. If this raft is to be considered in a cult like way, a cauldron. It shows you a meltdown, a mixture of genes, of genetics, and then there was an extraction, new bloodlines out, new semen lines out, bodily fluids. These cloths are representing. There's blood here, there's semen there, and what happened? Well, at the front of the raft, you'll see the main players. If you look at this Jesus looking like fella here, and then this guy here of color, I'm going to call your attention to their bodies, specifically right there. Okay, you will see multi-dimensional images. First, that you will realize when you download this image and pull it in, you will see the silhouette of a lion. Okay, that's there. Okay, and over here, where's this African-looking guy at? He's in there. I gotta find him. I have a blow up, but I'm gonna bring it in closer so you can actually see. Okay, I'm gonna bring in a close up of just this area right here so we can actually see, because it's difficult for me just as it is for you to see it, and me describing it here is me. But this part here, you got this down pat. It's my position that they're showing an extraction, new semen line, a new semen genetics, which represents genetics were created, and that's what this wave of this white cloth is, and then the wave of the red cloth is the same exact thing, but meaning blood. So blood and semen, our genetics altered. Now, here's a close-up of that African guy, of that Jesus-looking guy. If you look in here in his torso, you will begin look at the multi-dimensional faces. I can draw you several faces just out of this alone. Okay, it's very difficult to imagine what is actually here. Now, there's realized a line is in here. Okay, now with this, now check this out because this gets deep now. There's a face of a monkey that is right here. There's the mouth, there's the chin, okay? There's the eye, and it's looking up this way, okay? So you have the face of a monkey. Now check this out, people, because this gets deep. There's the chin, there's the mouth, there's the nose area, there's the eye socket of the monkey. Now that's facing up, looking up right there in his shoulder. You see that right there? Okay, now the reason why I took that part out, because below that is the face of a man. And let me see if I can get, well, actually a woman, because she's the mother of creation. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying a man. But eyes, right eye socket, left eye socket, nose, mouth, and chin. You see that darkened figure there? Look like almost like the Grim Reaper. And the hood. It creates a woman with a hood over her head when you take out the ape. Wherever the ape appears, which is there, the mother of creation. Now, if you back away from this in a different resolution, there's a line right there. Shows you a breakdown in these genetics. Now, if we come over here, I know we aren't backwards. Where's my ape that is here? Right there. And we get in there closer, and I'm going to show you. It's difficult for me to see it reversed, to be totally honest with you. But here, I'm at the lip line, right there, of an ape. Okay? Um, there's the left nostril. There's the right nostril. I should have made this darker. There's the right eye, and then no, yeah, hold on. If I was looking that way, there's the left eye, and that's the right eye, and then the forehead is created in here as well too. This right here creates the face of an ape, not the darker version of our ape, but the lighter version, almost like the orangutan, broken down, showing you that this gene has been broken down and it becomes lighter. So it shows you how the ape evolved from their darkest of states, meaning genetically, to their lightest of states. And what this is describing is not. This is not about the ape, though. This is about the presence of the ape's genetics in our bodies, or in this individual's bodies, and it shows you how he conquered it and broken it, and was breaking it down. So at this stage, this gene right here was at this level, and it's my position that through religion, through this ancient cult-like process, it shows you how this gene of this ape, our original ancestor, is continuously attacked and broken down, watered down, to where there's a control by mankind, which is taking us from our animal state of which we evolved. And that's what this is all about. Now, these bodies being bridged over. Again, look here and look at this face right here. This guy, which is of color, that's why he's darkened in a shadowy way, stating that he is still covenant in that of our ape and African ancestor, which is back here. Okay, this is why this guy is shadowed. In the shadows is the darkened faces of our black and ape ancestors. Look in this guy's torso, and you will see other faces in his torso. And what it is showing you, a bridging between black and white, and you will see these multidimensional images going in both ways, this way and going that way. It's showing you, this is almost like genetics in motion. It would be nothing more than if you were looking into a microscope and looking at genes attacking other genes, and genes being injected by a contaminating source. And this is what this is all about. They did it in artwork. They used artwork to describe how genes were altered, and it's all described in our ancient artwork. All right, I'm gonna end this video with that. But look in the bodies of them, and I understand what the best thing about all this is that I understand. And there's not a direction that you can turn this painting in and not see. You will see the faces of horses and donkeys looking like creatures. You know what I mean? To show you the creatures of which is being represented. And these multi-dimensional images, there is not a direction that you can't turn this painting in to show. These are our main players right here. Okay? These are our main players here. Look at their bodies and look at the multi-dimensional images in their bodies. Look at this here. I don't know if you can see the snout of that donkey horse like creature right here. I'm at it right there. Okay? And my position is that it shows you how these animals, all these main animals, think about it, people, that appear, like with the saints, like with Saint Jerome, you'll see the image of a lion. If you back off of here, there's a lion. But if you Google Saint Jerome's name, and he's always appearing in Renaissance art with the lion. Okay, and I have videos here on that as well too. But these animals, the lion, the horses, okay, um, the oxen, or the steer, and then the ram. These beings that are idolized through these religious sects are the creatures that they are boastfully speaking of as being cross-referenced with and broken down genetically. Now, look at this man. I want to tell you something. Look at his presence. Okay, look at his beard. Look at his hair, and then look at his eyes. It's my position that that dramatic change, it deviates from that of our ape ancestor, which was of a dark origin, and then our African ancestor think of our blackest African ancestor. How in the world did we get to this? To curly hair, brunette hair, red hair, blonde hair, straight hair. How do we get to this point? This is not no natural process, people. This is through a targeted select process of cross-referencing with genes, which include animals of our world. And there's a record of it. There's a specific record. Lions, tigers, gazelles, a deer species, all of these creatures which got us from, and I can't even see it back here, and our African ancestor, that he's in here back here somewhere. And this is why these artists are showing it. And then where the artists don't show it, they use an ape to describe our African ancestor, which is that ape is a representation of our closest, our closest ancestors to the ape would be that of our Africans. And then it's showing you how there was a breakdown. And this is why these paintings are ran together as they are. It's a bridging over, and it's showing you exactly and describing how it's done. Now, this is nothing here. I mean, as you go on and on and on, I mean, the encryption styles become more and more complex in some artists' artwork, and some become less complex. But it's my position that before this, all of this which is being described can actually be pinpointed, and all of our ancient artwork that is before. They didn't perfect on this. These artists didn't perfect on this until later. I'm telling you that the further that you go back, the more and more obvious that it becomes, and you can see what is being described. Now, the Raft of Medusa, the title. I love this title because if you look at this, it implies the Raft of Medusa, meaning that sickness, famine, or she's attacking them. The Raft of Medusa. It's my position that the title and what is being depicted cleverly camouflages the truth of what is going on. The raft of Medusa, in which I know who Medusa is because she is representation of the mother of creation. Through all of my discoveries, this witch-like woman that describes her with being with these snakes and the snakes in her head, it's my position that it is describing a specific gene, a genetic, a genes, and a manipulation process from which originates with her and these bridgings. And that's what this is describing right here. The raft of Medusa, meaning that this is the chemistry, the cauldron-like chemistry of our Medusa, mythical Medusa, whose gene has been continued and being manipulated, and it describes here where it's at this point. It's my position that this mythical Medusa-like woman and the genes that she's created and the genes that procured and carried today can be traced from the time of her, from the beginning of her beginning through to current. And that's what this is all about. My name is Gerone Wright. You're watching my Geronification channel. And it's my position that there is no artist that has these encryptions that I cannot read. It's a readable grail. And it's all about extractions of new semen lines, genetics in semen, and genetics in blood. And it's describing that it all takes place because what is happening is that it's showing you how there's a bridging over white people of color, and then over here our African ancestor. I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to make another video. Thank you. Hold on, let me see if before I go. And I think that that'd be it for now. There's more encryptions in there, but I'm going to leave you with that because this is a difficult painting to actually see. But I'm going to stop there. Thank you.